Oh, go figure. Look at this. Oh, look at this. First thing I do is I say, would you look at this? You know what I mean? Yeah. Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that?
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I've got a couple of interesting stories for you today. I hope you enjoy them. If you do, make sure you leave a like on the video, and if you haven't yet, please do subscribe down below. The weekend, there was some foosball games, and the foosball is not something that most of my viewers care about anymore, and many of us used to like football much more before it decided to also get woke like everything else in the world. And this article from Deadspin about what appears to be a 8-year-old kid enjoying his favorite team suffered perhaps the most brutal ratio in the history of ratios. Deadspin published this: the NFL needs to speak out against Kansas City Chiefs fan in blackface and native headdress. Well, first of all, the Kansas City Chiefs fan has a face that is red and black, which just so happens to be the team colors. It'd be like saying the NFL needs to speak out on people doing cheese face in Green Bay. You see, why is Deadspin trying to ruin a little kid's life? They're accusing him of blackface, but conveniently left out his full face, which was painted for the game. You know, face painting your team colors for an NFL football game has been something that has probably happened since the beginning of the NFL. Now, the ratio is one that is completely legendary. First, let's look at the Deadspin article, which got ruthlessly community noted, saying the picture on the article is misleading. Other pictures of the child in question show that the other half of his face is painted red. Black and red are, of course, the team's colors. Shame on you for trying to ruin a little child's life. I hope he sues you for defamation. I think so too. Salty Cracker writes, black people are ending each other by the dozens every weekend in Chicago, but let's focus on this. Now, the author, Karen J. Phillips, hilariously named, his name is literally Karen. I'm not making this up. Of course, this kid owns you. Let that sink in. I mean, it is just so ruthless that, you know, apparently Deadspin is so desperate for any kind of article. You know, it got 11,000 replies to just 900 likes, with the quote tweets being absolutely brutal. This is an actual article. The NFL needs to speak out against a Kansas City Chiefs fan in blackface and native headdress. They're doubling up on racism. Are you going to say anything, Roger Goodell? I can pretty confidently say there are no Native Americans, no people of Indian descent that are offended by this. It does not exist. The other thing is the kid is not in blackface. The fact that this article is still up is a testament to just how pathetic the mainstream media is. I would think this kid has a significant chance at suing them for libelous statements. It takes a lot to disrespect two groups of people at once. But on Sunday afternoon in Las Vegas, Kansas City, a Kansas City Chiefs fan found a way to hate black people and Native Americans at the same time. It was as if John Gruden's emails had come to life. The image of a Chiefs fan in blackface, which again is the Chiefs fan was not in blackface, wearing a native headdress during a road game, leads to so many unanswered questions. Why did the camera person give this fan attention? Because he's a super fan of his football team. I guarantee you, not a single player on the Kansas City Chiefs, I assume, just like the rest of the NFL, is probably 80% black or more. does not care about this. Did not think this kid was doing blackface, and probably will get a front row seat next week. I just have this feeling. All these answers to the questions lead back to the NFL. Why it isn't the league's responsibility to stop racism and hate from being taught at home. They are a league that has relentlessly participated in prejudice. Really? Paying black people millions of dollars is prejudice? If the NFL had outlawed the chop at Chiefs games and been more aggressive in changing the team's name, then we wouldn't be here. By the way, I will never call the Washington football team the Commanders. They will always be the Redskins, and that's that. And I have no idea why the Chiefs would be construed as racist. Okay, an Indian chief. They are a respected position. That's why they are an NFL team name. There's no place for the franchise to be called the Chiefs in a league that already eradicated the Redskins. It should have never changed that team name. Never. There's no pretty way to mascot people. Amanda Blackhorse, a Native American activist and supporter of a pre-game protest rally, told the USA Sports Today earlier this year. I don't think that American Indians, Native Americans, whatever you want to call them, I genuinely don't think that the Kansas City Chiefs, that the neither name of their team or the Redskins or the Cleveland Indians, I don't think that their team names ever at any point has ever impacted their way of life. It has not made their life more difficult. It has not impacted them in any way, shape, or form. And the idea, like this idiot wrote this entire article. It's cruel to expect the oppressed to assist their oppressors in the termination of their own oppression. There has been no change from previous years. Beginning with the regular season, clubs will have in the end zone stencils featuring "It Takes All of Us" and "End Racism," wrote Brian McCarthy, the league's vice president of communications, to Deadspin and Email Exchange. Play Football was featured for preseason, part of a league initiative. As of now, the league hasn't issued a statement. What? Why would they? What is it? I don't even understand. What does this moron want? And then what's hilarious is he even doubled down and then got community noted. For the idiots in my mentions who are treating this as some harmless act because the other side of his face was painted red, I could make the argument that it makes it worse. Y'all the ones who hate Mexicans but wear sombreros on Cinco? Bro, real Mexicans don't give a crap. Remember that video of it was like a TikToker, and he was wearing like a very like a big mustache, a sombrero, and then what do you call him, like a poncho? And he was asking all these white people about if it was offensive, and they were all offended. And then he went and talked to actual Mexican people, and they were like, "You look good." You know what I mean? Like, this is hilarious. And then he also gets community noted, ratioed into oblivion. The Deadspin's author failed to provide full context of the photo presented in the article, which is a boy wearing face paint, of which is two colors, black and red, represent the Kansas City Chiefs NFL team. And he shut off his replies. I mean, the ratios of this Black Karen, I mean, that's his name, is he's had to shut everything off. Anything he's posted is getting, and the ratio is spilling over into other posts. This is a different post he wrote. Delete your account. When will you do race baiting hit piece on why all the white Raider fans who paint their faces black to go to games? You're just a giant racist. It doesn't work one way. You are everything you accuse other people of being. You're toast. Show me the money. Racist. You are the. I mean, I absolutely love. Man up and apologize to that kid. Everyone makes mistakes, but it takes a special kind of weak man to attack a kid cheering at a football game, lie about them, get caught in your deception, and then double down. Even your fellow race baiters are calling you out on this one, dude. Your career is in real jeopardy. I mean, this is one of those things where, I don't know if you're just so desperate, if you're just so desperate to be a victim all the time, but you know, what would make people double and triple down on what is probably maybe the absolute, and people are just endlessly, I mean, his entire, everything he posts is getting this, he had a smiley face on it, 2,700 replies, 8 likes. Like everything, the ratio is spilling over into everything he's posted. I don't really understand exactly why this idiot has doubled and tripled down. But if you need like an uplifting moment, you can just read the 9,700 quote tweets that happened to this idiot. I mean, they are absolutely... Here's Colin, right? In a sane world, writing an article like this would totally destroy a journalist's reputation, but because we live in the tribal clown world, this guy will be celebrated for running a misleading and defamatory hit piece on a child. Absolutely bodied by the ratio and community notes. Deadly double whammy from Riley Gaines. Here, not only is Karen Phillips an unbelievable S-head, he's also dumb AF. He doesn't know what team colors are, and he thinks slandering a child is some kind of justice warrior victory. I mean, this guy, Nick Cersei, F you, leave that kid alone, you stupid racist. This man ruins the life of some poor kid for the crime of wearing face paint at a football game. He really thinks he's the good guy. Here's Sydney Watson. Writing a hit piece about a child is extremely weird behavior. I mean, everything. I just absolutely love that the world came together to absolutely discredit and crush this guy. This is going to follow him around for his entire career. I couldn't be happier about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. We'll talk to you again real soon.